Hello, I'm Chris Nighman, and I'm pleased to present my lightning talk for the Schoenberg Symposium. I'm working on a digital edition right now, and it involves a manuscript which suffered significant loss, and I'll talk about how I've recovered that loss. So I'll start by sharing my screen, and here we go. So I'm currently working on a project called the CLIMO Project. This is the Latin translation of Chrysostom's homilies on Matthew. And right now we're working on the 12th century translation of Burgundio of Pisa. And there are 10 manuscripts of this. Fortunately, one that's provided by the Vatican Library online is almost certainly the presentation copy that he made for Pope Eugenius III, who commissioned Burgundio to create this. Unfortunately, the first 2 pages of this manuscript have been ripped out. So we can see there's a page, and then this is the table of contents, and this is the beginning of the text. It's Burgundio's prologue. So what's missing is Burgundio's prologue and the first 400 words or so from the first homily. And very quickly, I'll just show you some later pages. Give you a sense of the manuscript. And here is the beginning of homily 2, the initial for that. So this project grew out of another project that is currently wrapping up of mine. And this is the CLIMO Project. So this is Chrysostom on John, with 3 Latin translations from various eras, including Burgundio's from the 12th century. The problem with this text is that we don't have an autograph or a presentation copy from the 12th century. The earliest manuscripts we have are from the 13th. So we'll have to do a critical edition that collates the 13th, 14th, and 15th century manuscripts to try to get at the original text. CLIMO, much more happily, does not have that problem, but we have these missing pages. So I believe I've solved that problem by using another Vatican Library manuscript, 384, VATLAT 384, which therefore sits next to the other copy, the damaged copy, on the same shelf. And so 15th century manuscript, here's the prologos, and here's the beginning of the first homily. So we've transcribed from this, and I've done so with great confidence that this manuscript is an excellent exemplar for the missing pages. And the reason for that confidence has not to do with the text itself, although there's nothing in the text that contradicts it, but rather with marginalia. So these are diples, which indicate a quotation within the text. And the quotation is from Matthew 1:12, and so it begins here and ends here. And so we have 2 diples to indicate that from the 12th century copy at the Vatican. Here's the 15th century copy with a very similar dipple in the margin, indicating the same biblical quotation. And Chrysostom only quotes from the Bible, so anytime that you see this, it is going to be a text from sacred scripture. In fact, I believe that this is a double S to indicate Sacra Scriptura, and that it's being reproduced in the 15th century in this way. I've never seen this form of dipple in any of the manuscripts that I've looked at from the Central and Late Middle Ages. What we normally see is a double comma like this, or a single comma sometimes. And this is picked up by early printers and becomes the form of quotation until quotation marks actually enter into the text. At first, they stay marginal. So based on this evidence, I believe, again, that 15th century manuscript directly copied from the 12th, and therefore a reliable witness to the missing pages. So thank you for your attention. And if you have any comments, I'd be glad to hear from my learned colleagues on this presentation. Thank you.